That song is too catchy. I can't get it out of my head. Thanks for clicking on this video. I'm Kevin, and before we get started on Willys Wonderland review, I'm going to need you to punch your movie ticket by smacking that like button. And if you like keeping up on other movie content and news, consider hitting that subscribe button as well. So you go into Willys Wonderland looking for a birthday party, but you come out, well actually you don't come out. That's the problem. Happy birthday, you're dead. So I just sat down and watched Willys Wonderland starring Nicolas Cage. I can't say enough of how much I enjoyed this movie. Now before I go into saying how fantastic I thought this movie was, I'm going to start by saying you have to go into this with the right mind frame. This is not a Star Wars type budget movie. This is a very low budget movie. Nicolas Cage is in it, and I hate to say it, he's kind of taking anything thrown his way these days, but he can turn a bad film good. Not that I'm saying Willys Wonderland is a bad film, not at all. It's a very entertaining film. Now it is kind of addressed as like a horror movie, but if you're thinking this is going to be like the horror movie that gives you nightmares, not going to happen. It is a fun kind of horror movie, and I think what you get, it really depends on what your expectations are. So if you're expecting up here, you're going to be disappointed. But again, it's a low budget film. It's fun. The animatronics, the special effects, they're all low budget. I mean, honestly, after seeing it, it kind of reminds me of, let's say, a sci-fi original movie. That's the kind of movie you need to expect. If you go into it like that, open-minded, you're going to enjoy this movie a lot. But I'm keeping this video spoiler free this time around. I will do a spoiler video on this in the next video or two. But for now, let's keep it to the basics. So we all know the plot of the movie. Nicolas Cage is essentially sacrificed to Willys Wonderland, where all these people end up going missing, which we all know they all get murdered. And he has to fight with animatronics for his life. Artie the Alligator, Nighty Night, Siren Sarah, Gus the Gorilla, Ozzy the Ostrich, Willie the Weasel, Tito the Turtle. I think I covered them all. I'm not 100% sure. So he goes in here under the premise of cleaning up this place in exchange for getting his car fixed for free. So now he takes his job very seriously and trying to clean this place up until his first interaction with the live animatronics leave him in a state of, well, curiosity. The film was just completely action-packed from beginning to end. There was no dying off in the middle. There was no plot build-up. And that's great when you have a low-budget film like this, because you need to keep the audience entertained. You can't have dead spots. You can't have that big plot build-up in the beginning to wait halfway through the film before you get to the action. This one got to the action right away. It really grabbed you immediately, and it held you there. So that is one thing I fully enjoyed about this movie, because again, if it did drag in the first half trying to build a story, it would have completely lost my interest. Now, Nicolas Cage is a man of very, very few words in this movie. He works basically off facial expressions and body language and the look in his eyes, which kind of like speaks for him. And I was kind of surprised how well that actually carried the character through the movie. There are so many people that have such a interaction with him with very little response. But it's the quiet ones you have to look out for. Nicolas Cage plays a badass. And like they said in the trailer, he's not locked in there with them, they're locked in there with him. So you have some really fun action sequences, one of which we already saw in the trailer with Ozzy the Ostrich, and he breaks the broomstick over his knee and just wails away on this thing, oil's flying everywhere, and it's almost comical. I don't want to say it's a comical type movie, but there are some funny parts in it and funny scenes, and just the way he acts and interacts with the animatronics, some of it had me giggling, I had to say. It definitely had me laughing a few times. But other parts were a little creepy, but I didn't say I was scared at any of it. It's not that kind of film. Again, it's a bloody, violent, yet comical type of movie. But again, if you go in open-minded, I really think you're gonna enjoy this movie. I definitely did. I can see a lot of a sci-fi original. Like I said earlier in a video, it's like Eight-Legged Freaks or something like that. If you've ever seen those films, you know what I'm talking about. Sharknado. They're out there. I mean, the CGI is not there. The special effects, all that stuff, it's low budget. But I like that. I feel it's more raw, it's more entertaining. Now, although I will probably never put this movie on my top 10 list, it sucks you in and you're still entertained by it. And to see the intensity in Nicolas Cage's eyes while he's fighting these animatronics, it's almost comical. Because he goes at it like completely nonchalant. Like none of this phases him. Oh, there's a creature coming to fight me. Not scared. You know, and it's just, that attitude is what got me. And I think this is one of those films, if you can enjoy a movie, even though it's not Lucasfilm's quality, you're going to love this movie. If you're a horror fan of any kind, you're going to need to watch this movie. It's non-stop action from beginning to end. The plot is good. The action is good. Definitely a must-watch. Now, this video has been spoiler-free, but I am going to do a complete spoiler video on this movie. I thought it was that good. It deserves it, so I'm going to make that in the next couple videos. Make sure you drop a like on this one, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave down in the comments below what you think of Willys Wonderland. If you saw it, did you enjoy it? And I'll catch you at the concession stands.